Welcome to Happiness Hub. In this space, we journey together through stories of personal transformation, the search for inner peace, and the insights that only life can teach us. Each episode, we'll share real experiences from people who have walked their own unique paths through meditation, self-reflection, and the ups and downs that make us human. These are stories to remind us that happiness is within reach, even in the smallest moments. So take a deep breath, relax, and join me as we explore the many ways to find joy, resilience, and meaning. This is Happiness Hub. Let's begin.
Talent is given to be used for the world. I work as a designer and planner. Since I was a child, my dream was to become a cartoonist. I loved drawing, creating, and writing, and I often heard that I had talent for it. However, when I was in 8th grade, my mother passed away from stomach cancer. It broke my heart that I couldn't properly take care of her or be there for her final moments. After that, I always carried a deep longing for my mother in my heart. I felt that I must not bring shame to my mother. I also wanted to set a good example for my younger sibling, so I believe I lived diligently, following principles and striving to be exemplary. During high school, my family's financial situation became difficult. As the 6th of 7 siblings, I had to give up my dream of going to college to study cartooning. Instead, I enrolled in the Korea Armed Forces Nursing Academy, where tuition was waived. Even at the academy and later as a nursing officer, my principled and rule-abiding nature remained unchanged. In an environment where strict hierarchy and obedience were fundamental, I did not back down from voicing my opinions, even to my seniors. This often led to me being disliked by them. Even after joining a design company to pursue my dreams, I often faced conflicts wherever I went. My current job mainly involves developing mascot characters for government offices or corporations. To do this, I need to harmonize the opinions of designers, supervisors, and clients while leading the entire project. However, I frequently hear feedback like, "You're too rigid with rules," or "You have a strong personality." These conflicts would escalate, and the workload would grow heavier. Honestly, if it weren't for meditation, I might not have been able to continue working in this field at all. I started practicing meditation 4 years ago after an event that completely shattered my values. Exhausted from work, I took a leave of absence and decided to reignite my long-held passion for literature. I sought out a poet whom I deeply admired and respected. For me, their poetry had been a guiding light and the very embodiment of the ideal I aspired to pursue, especially since I had enjoyed writing and composing poetry since my college days. However, as I came to know them more closely, I was deeply disappointed by how different their character was from their work. Although the experience lasted only a short while, it was a profound shock, enough to destroy both my expectations of people and the ideal I had dreamed of since childhood. I wanted to heal from that wound quickly, so I started practicing this meditation at a friend's suggestion. Through it, I reflected on my life and revisited the relationships I've had with others, one by one. I thought about my mother, who passed away without me being by her side, and my school years when I lived so exemplary a life. I realized that I had always strived to be right, holding myself to strict standards of justice and seeking recognition from others. I had been taught that I must always win in competition, that my talents were a given, and I constantly felt anxious about the possibility of not working as hard as others. Through meditation, I came to repent and let go of my former self, and my perspective on the world completely changed. I began to break away from the self-centered way of thinking that used to dominate my mind. My unrealistic expectations and illusions about people also disappeared. The obsessive thoughts that constantly circled in my head, I have to do this, or I must do that, vanished as well. I no longer felt compelled to engage in leisure activities, pursue creative endeavors, take photos, or draw comics just for the sake of doing something for myself. Now I was okay without any of it. The painful clashes and emotional wounds I experienced in interactions with others were, in hindsight, a result of my own deeply ingrained preconceptions. It was my rigid mindset that made those moments so difficult. I wrote a letter to that poet teacher, confessing my arrogance in having judged them. I also apologized to the design director with whom I had often clashed, admitting my mistakes. After completing my meditation and returning to work, I resolved to live with true humility. The very foundation of the entire universe lies in its bottommost nature, embodying the lowest, most humble state. I also realized that only by freeing myself completely from falsehood could I achieve genuine humility and a truly lowly heart. That, I understood, is the essence of true humility. When I teach brand design classes, I no longer approach it with the mindset of teaching well, but rather with the intention of helping as much as I can. This shift allows me to focus on understanding the needs of the participants and tailoring my approach to them. As a result, their satisfaction has significantly increased. My colleagues often express amazement, asking how I manage to work without getting stressed. The truth is, when we have a desire to impress others or seek their approval, unmet expectations can lead to frustration and inner conflict. However, once we let go of those desires, our mindset changes completely, even in the same circumstances. I am grateful that my talents can be used not for myself, but for the world, and this gratitude drives me to do my best. In the past, I used to vaguely dream of a happy life without knowing how to achieve it. Now I have discovered the method of subtracting through meditation. By letting go of obsessive thoughts, stress, and worries, I hope you can also give your best each day and create a workplace where everyone experiences happiness together.
Thank you for spending this time with us here on Happiness Hub. I hope today's story brought a bit of comfort, insight, or maybe even inspiration to your day. Remember, each of us has our own journey, and it's the small steps and quiet moments that often lead us toward peace and happiness. If you enjoyed this story, join us next time for more reflections and real-life experiences. Until then, take care, be kind to yourself, and let a little more happiness find its way into your heart. Goodbye for now, and see you soon.